I want to thank you for taking time off your busy schedule to do this interview for us. We want to ask you, perhaps just to break the ice, to tell us a bit about where do you grow up, and while growing up in that place, how has that impacted your life in the way that you look at things? I heard that you're from Kedah.
Kedah,
yeah.
Yes, I'm from the same village as Temubual. In fact, we're a few minutes away. We went to the same school, Malay school, English school, and then we were family friends. His father, my father.
So you know each other earlier.
My brother and his brothers went to school, classmates, but of course I and him, of course, the gap is a few years, about maybe 13 years. But my brother and his nephew were classmates. We went a long way. So although the village is small, I think we produce many professionals. It's self-sufficient.
Is there a reason why?
I keep joking. I say, "Must be the water." I minum.
Perhaps it's true. But were there any kind of situation, condition, like for instance, hardship, or particular hardship or incident that actually spur younger people from that village to aspire to do better, to do well?
I don't think it's hardship, because if you look back, maybe we were almost, middle class. Middle class. His father was a headmaster.
Yeah.
And the rest were also, they came fairly, they were not poor. They're not poor. I think probably that's the reason why everybody started to compete.
So you have a head start, so to say.
Yeah. So your neighbor is a doctor, you want to be also a doctor. And I think we have probably the most number of doctors in that village.
The medical doctor.
Medical doctor.
And now you are a doctor as well.
And they marry doctors also.
Marry doctors.
It's a small community those days, so it was easy to find partners.
And whether or not you went to the Sultan Abdul Hamid's English College, whether going to that college was a norm, or was it something that you aspired to go? Was it necessary? Was it difficult to get in?
Well, those days there was special Malay class. Once you qualify standard 4, so the best student will go. And they give you a scholarship some more. Small scholarship, but those days it's a lot of money. I still remember they gave you every month 3 ringgit 75 cents. I don't know why 75 cents, but
after tax, I suppose.
But I left the school earlier. I went to Penang. I went to Saint Sosial institution. I think that changed my life. As far as I'm concerned, that changed my life. Where used to be just mixing with many Malays, one or two Chinese, one or two Indian. But Saint Sosial is different, reverse. One Malay, maybe 3-4 Indian, the rest were Malaysian Chinese.
So in that sense, you see changes in yourself?
Yes.
What was the kind of feeling?
The feeling was that I have to compete.
Have to compete. So that you were forced to compete in that sense.
Yeah. So you're not taking lightly. In a Losta, it's the same race. So you're more playful than real study. But here we have to seriously.
Were you a good student?
Lazy. But I love general knowledge. I will read a lot. Not class books, but outside.
Were you good with maths?
Yes, I must say. I think even today I'm still quite good. When I met Lee Kuan Yew, he thought I was faster than even the computer when it comes to math.
He actually said that.
Yeah, he said that.
To get a compliment from him was quite rare.
And he, of course, he is of the view that if you're good in math, the chances are you'll be quite fast in other methods. He take that line, But I mean, there's so many experts also in math. Doesn't mean they're successful.
But it does give someone the advantage. That's for sure. How long were you in?
I think also the discipline. Because in the case of math, it's logic.
It is. It is logic. How long were you in Penang?
2 years.
Not just 2 years. But what form was that?
Form 4, Form 5.
So before your what do you call high school? They call it MCE at that time? No,
HSC.
HSC, yeah. So from there, where do you go?
No, I went back to Alostar to teach.
Oh, you taught before? For how long?
I left 2 years.
2 years.
1 year, 1 year, 3 months.
But then because I do remember that you went and did law, articleship, or, not the university. Why is that so?
I mean, those days you don't have to go to university. You have to practice law faster to go to the Inns of Court. Because even if you qualified from university, you still have to go to Inns of Court.
Yes, to be called to the bar. So where were you to get yourself ready to be called to the bar?
I was at Lincoln's Inn.
Lincoln's Inn. Okay. So how many years did you spend in London before you?
I qualified at the age of 21.
Sorry?
I qualified at the age of 21.
So young?
So young, huh? Then I came back.
And how long were you there?
18 months.
18 months? Yeah. And during that time, you have to attach to a law firm? Or no. Purely with the inn?
Yeah, with the inn, I came back.
Oh, that was amazing. So you came back and joined the bar?
Yes.
And what changed you from being a lawyer to become a businessman and so on?
Maybe I was stupid. I wanted to make money. I thought I was damn stupid. Now looking back, it's stupid. So I said, I was looking around. You cannot make money just being a lawyer. I mean, you can live comfortably, but you want to make a lot of money.
Why such urge and desire to make so much of money?
Okay, not so much.
Well,
again, just to prove a point. That,
which is
that a Malay can do business and succeed. I could live comfortably, go back to Alostar. And then I wanted to come here. My parents asked me, why you do to KL? It's a tough place.
What was it like when you came back and practiced first? And how long did you practice?
I practiced 10 years.
10 years before you actually made the decision? 10 years. And by then you should be quite well-to-do?
I have some money. I don't know how to do business. But I suppose I said basically, just as I mentioned to you earlier, to prove a point. To prove a point that we can compete.
And that point, which is very crucial in encouraging others, has that been something of your life mission as well, to tell others that things can be done?
Yes. That is, as you mentioned, is my life mission. And even today, I go around the country, meet all the small and middle-scale industries, to try and assist them. I keep telling them that they can be successful. But number one, must plan. And then when you plan, you must learn how to implement. And then when you implement, then of course, you need the discipline to succeed. It's just discipline, determination to succeed. That's very important. It means sacrifice. Yeah.
But did you learn all this in the law school? Surely not.
No.
And where did you learn all this?
See, I read books, a lot of books. So those who were successful, those who failed, So I try and analyze, how to succeed. my first venture, I failed very badly. You know?
What was that?
I did salt.
Salt?
Yeah.
Garam?
Garam. Because I thought, wow, this is everybody must take garam.
Not in today's world. Today's people talk about healthy.
Nobody wants garam anymore. So almost went bankrupt, but it taught me a lesson. Then I understood myself, my shortcoming, my failure. So.
But you came back.
I came back. I was very determined to come back. And since then, success always brings success.
Yes, that's true.
It creates confidence, all those things. So that's why I'm trying to instill this, especially among the putra. And of course now, even the non-Bumi, they come and ask me to help them. Yes, it doesn't matter with me. I want to see people successful. The more successful people are, the more happy they are, then we have no problem.
That's quite true. You enrich your neighbors. So that was the
You must love your neighbor. As much as you love yourself. Then you can live well.
But from transformation from a lawyer to become a businessman, you mentioned that you pick up skills from experience as well as from books and so on. But I also noticed that you seem to have taken a degree, extra degree, from California.
No. You see, I retired.
Oh, that was afterwards.
I worked very hard, and I said, look, what else do I want? And they keep telling me, the only thing I need is knowledge all the time. Then I was at that time director of UDA.
Urban Development Authorities.
And I was not happy. So I said, look, I have to achieve what I want to do. You don't know what to do with my money. I retired. I went to America.
How old were you then?
I was 39.
39. 39 you retired?
39 retired. So I was driving around in America. And I said, what do I want to do? Then I got to California. I wrote to the university. So they replied. They said, yes. Come and join us. So I decided to study urban planning.
But at the time, were you not also linked to UMBC?
Yes, correct. Because first I had the Malaysian Frenchman. I was majority owner. And then of course, UMBC has political problem. The UMNO was objecting for MCA to take over all kinds of stuff. In our time, especially my time, we have to read. Now information is instant. Immediately you can get information. It's matter how you analyze information. And some of them get confused, too many, and they cannot even distinguish between fake news and real news. So this is the thing that we have to teach them from young. That might be able to analyze correctly what information that is of value to us that we can take advantage of. Discard the rest. Because, I mean, this information just comes instantaneously. There's so much. How you analyze them very quickly, that's very, very important. And I'm sorry for them also. I mean, those days you take 1 week. Now immediately, what happened in New York, immediately we know. How do we react? And because of that, unless you train them to handle the pressure and everything, they will collapse.
So in other words, in looking at the curriculum that we want to design for the future, elements like this has to be taken into account.
I mean, that's my view, but that's up to the expert. My view is, I look around and I say, look, I think the old style is outdated. That we must teach from young. I give an example. Some fellows came to see me. They bring this, that's the Lego. And then they say, okay, you do a car. you do a bicycle, you do aeroplane, let them compete. And then suddenly, they see, I also want to do aeroplane. The mind is thinking, so let them. So let them compete. So who can produce the best aeroplane from young? They think it's playing, but actually they train their mind to compete. I thought that's some of the ways we can improve from young.
Because the challenges for a faculty like ours is that we have 12 departments, and every department produces students with certain knowledge and maybe a certain level of skills. But the employers are saying that you are not business trained, so I am business concerned, so I may not want to take you because you don't have the background. A bank may say, you were never trained with figures, you only know languages and things like that. You know Shakespeare, we don't talk about Shakespeare here. Although the merchant of Venice may ask for a loan of this and that. But I still remember my own sister also graduated history. She worked in UMBC as a bank officer after she graduated. And at that time, I thought, even myself, I thought it was a bit strange for a bank to take in a historian to work as a bank officer. But then she did rather well before she decided to move on to other things now. But so that impression seems to suggest that as long you seems to want people who have certain skills, but not necessarily the knowledge base. People who can solve problems for you, and maybe a type of leadership and so on.
Okay.
But today the employers are not talking about that, and we are getting a bit apprehensive actually.
Okay. I'm not advocating agriculture. Everybody say what for? But you can say one section, production. You need research also, right? And then after that, when you put it, what you do? You have to sell. Don't need logistics. I mean, you just cannot say, because you are history, therefore, you cannot do. Because there's so many components of industry. You need all these things. And sometimes, okay, you want to know, let's say, how did this particular fruit started? You have to go into history to understand. Only those who are trained to do it, they become expert in that field. Today, when I asked the bank to help agriculture, they said we don't have the expertise, which is true. Because only one bank, agro bank. Yet, and I've been saying this, the future is agriculture. Now, and of course, many do not take it seriously. They say it's okay, we can still import it, but 55 billion.
Oh, it's hard work. The main thing is hard work.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Now, precise agriculture, modern precise agriculture, everything is
mechanized.
Because everything goes on the computer. The tree will tell you how much water it needs. And then it tell you how much fertilizer it needs. And will tell you when to plow. And precise agriculture. It's a matter that you train. I mean, I don't know, I'm not interested, you're a farmer. Because people think farmers are poor because in the past they were poor.
Yes, indeed.
We subsidize them. You go to paddy field, and they remain poor. Because it's not modern, it's not precise. So, same with fishing. But new technology will change everything. The only thing is, do we go to the university and teach them the latest? I mean, if farmers in America, they're all rich. Australia, they're all rich. New Zealand, Denmark.
There are hardly any poor farmers.
It's a matter of you learn from them. So then, as I mentioned earlier, success is very important. Success breeds success. So this is what I'm trying to push to the new generation, look up, join me in farming. And we prove that we're going to be successful.
What are the other initiatives that you're taking in order to get people to be excited about entrepreneurial, about being successful and so on?
Okay. Every weekend, I spend my time either visiting farms or meet SMEs, trying to find out from them what are their problems. So they come across, they explain to me. As you know, SME is the biggest employer in Malaysia. They're quite contented, especially Putra.
We are not very competitive, SME, right?
Yeah. Because we have not mechanized in most cases. There's one factory here. I don't advertise on other people's advertisement. They produce 5 million pratas a day. Okay. One country alone buy from them 4 million a day. That's our business should do.
But why you have some such people while others were not keen?
Yes, are contented.
So just now, Tun, you were saying that youth were contented.
Yeah.
Because you were saying that the youth were contented.
Yeah.
They were complacent because they are middle class. Yeah. No longer middle class, perhaps even higher. Now even the SME entrepreneurial people are also contented.
You know why? I mean, universities have done research about SME. We ask them, why do you want to expand? So you got to look. The way I am, my son has gone to university. Pass.
Cukup.
Even the way I am. So I say, okay. Is he coming back? So I said, no. Why? Oh, he doesn't want to do his work. I said, suppose you mechanize. Everything, computerized, everything. You think he will not come back? You show him the profit? He said, maybe. I said, why don't you try?
But then he will say, I didn't have the capital.
No, the government will provide the capital. Don't worry. Even today, the government lend them the money. Interest rate fairly low, But I say, because you're contented, when you're satisfied,
Yeah. Actually, this is a big problem also in the university. Let me share with you. We have a lot of lecturers who are senior lecturers for many years, contented. They don't want to go up.
Yeah.
They say, I'm okay.
I'm happy. Why are you disturbing? And in that case, we have to say, okay, leave me alone. We get the other people,
Then I know I'm taking up too much of your time, but let me move on to maybe two small topics. Well, one big one. China is rising like nobody's business. But yet in this country, we seem to have mixed feeling towards China, BRI, for instance. There seems to be a lot of resistance towards it. But of course, some were saying that, yeah, this is a good deal and things like that. You went to China several times in order to sort things out for us. And now that things have been sorted out, we are on track in certain areas. But the voice of dissension is always there, saying, voice of dissension, maybe even cautions, always there, that China is going to eat up everything. What's your view on this?
Okay. I mean, China, you like it or not, is the biggest country in the world. And it's going to be #1 in economy very soon. So we must know how to take the opportunity. What is it they want, and what do we want from them? We have to decide. We are a sovereign nation. We decide what is best for ourselves. Okay. The technology now is quite very advanced.
Yes.
If you study their system, their planning. You really study their planning from what they want. They plan it very well. You can read all the papers written about them, how they want to plan, and they have achieved. Because they make sure those they entrust with work deliver. You don't deliver, because it's a huge country and they cannot afford failure. Failure means disaster, you know. Of course, there is still a gap between rural, you know, and urban. They're still there, you know. And it's a big problem for them. They have also a problem, you know. But communism helps, you know. Leadership helps, because then you can push things through, you know. And you compare that to India, democracy, you know. You try and do something, somebody take you to court, delay 3 years, 4 years. Who wants? So very, very complicated. Now, I've been in China since 1971.
So early.
I'm a businessman. so I know them well, they know me, blah, blah. So I build trust. And they know that, you know, when we talk, I talk, you know that I'm very honest. I'm a businessman that want to do business. In the case of CRL, you know, of course, I mean, I have all the information, you know, when we took over, all the information, but I approach the Chinese on the basis that we are friends. Yeah? Let's work together.
Yeah, I was looking at your meeting with the leaders there. The body language seems to suggest that kind of frankness.
Yeah, you know, and they know my style. You know, I know my style because the good thing with me, I have the experience. You know, since 1981, when I was not even in the government. Dr. Mother sent me to America, you know, to deal with, at that time, teen crisis with the American government. And then by British law, sent me to England, Australia, problem with Australia. Of course, Singapore is almost spent a lot of my time with Singapore.
So, talk to Kuan Yew, or?
Yeah, Kuan Yew. And then we became friends. So it's so easy, you know, so you can pick up phone and say hello, Indonesia. So my style is, you know, at the end of the day, after we finish all the negotiations, we are friends, you know, and we trust each other. So much easier to work with when you go on that basis. But if you go straight away, you go, look, I want to fight you. Then of course, you put your glove. And fight, you know. So you have to choose which way you want to handle the thing. But me, I said, my style is, you know, that's, I approach them. We are friends, you know, we are partners. Let's sit down and talk. You know, we all make mistakes along the way. You know, it doesn't matter. Forget about it. Now let's talk business. We do a business deal, commercial deal. That's how we do.
And in the way of the people who are still skeptical about China, what's your view on this, or what's your advice on it?
I mean, I don't know why they're skeptical about China.
Well, they said that China is a hegemon,
okay.
China is taking over everything, and all the deals are supposed to be baits to long sufferings, like what happened in certain countries like Sri Lanka. And
I mean, Sri Lanka,
Cambodia,
Africa, and I wouldn't name. Just now somebody came to see me, also trying to tell me, look, we are trying to renegotiate, can you help? I said, look, I'm not a gun for hire. I work for my
they asked you to renegotiate?
I mean, they said, please, can you give ideas? I said, no, please. I said, no, I do it for my country. You know, you can come and discuss with me privately, but because even as you mentioned, Sri Lanka, I know Sri Lanka very well. I know they have a new president. What friendly towards China, the brother was very
the brother, yeah, the brother especially.
Africa, I know Africa very well. I know that. So, but I said sorry because the circumstances are different. You know, the facts are not the same. You know, you know? So I don't go into detail. I said no, please, you handle it yourself. You know, but you like it or not, you know, China is going to be an economic power, and it's already an economic power. You know, their market is huge, the middle class huge. You know, so you must sit down and talk to them. You know? Where, as I said, there are opportunities both sides. You know, let's that work in such a way that most benefit.
Do you think Malaysia can benefit a lot from China? Are we ready to deal with China?
Yes, we've been dealing with China.
No, in the sense that are our industries good enough to match them?
Now you see the wages are very high in China now. You know,
It's scary. Yeah, I know.
So they are very excited to Vietnam. But I will mention about Vietnam. I know Vietnam. Because one time I was advisor at economic advisor in Vietnam. I have Quan Yu, we were economic advisor in Vietnam. So, but they're doing well because they're hardworking people. You know, but there are certain difficulties there also.
Yes, that's what I meant by asking you, are we ready?
We're very slow.
Yeah, because it's the same thing in the university.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had a meeting with the LPU. So the chairman, Tengku Azman, was asking what is our China policy? What are our strategies? People say, oh, we shouldn't engage China and so on. But my answer is that we should engage China, but then we are not quite ready because we are slow. It took too long to actually get back to people. And then we are comfortable. We say we don't want to take on more jobs and things like that. So it's the same.
We have to change our mindset. You know, that everybody must see a wavelength. Understand. What we want to do, what we want to achieve. Have a target there, and work towards that target. But we're not doing it.
But do you see China as a hegemon?
I mean, we have been dealing with China for thousands of years. We never have any problem there. So, I mean, we must treat them as our friends, and they will treat us as their friends.
Who's your best friend in China, if I may ask?
Those days I have. Those days I have. Now, after retired so long, now of course I have cultivating new ones.
Robert Kwok has been for a long time seems to be our conduit with China. Is he still playing such a role?
Yes, I mean he knows a lot of them. I mean he's got a huge business in China, So they respect him, and he knows them well. He knows the president very well.
Tun, let me come to the last bit. We shouldn't keep you too long. We are celebrating the 60 years. What's your aspiration, or how do you feel about University of Malaya as an institution? Where do you see we are going as an institution? You saw us in some actions. You met some people, met some professors and so on. You were a student, you graduated with a PhD. Do you have high hope for the university?
I always have hope for people, especially University of Malaya. I always say that give people a chance one time. Even those who come and do business, I say, look, give them a chance. And you see my table, so many files people send me asking for advice. And a lot of time taken up to go through their file. Instead of giving a summary, I'm going to go through. They give me a letter with a thick file. Anyway, the future of any country is based on universities that produce the best students. I mean, Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford, Yale, MIT. But they must have endowment.
We are poor.
You must pay the best. Then they get the best. So I have been advocating this. And we must get real students to contribute.
Well, this is precisely what we are doing for this 60 years. There are three areas that we are looking at. One is to engage the alumni, because we believe that people of the same DNA, same product, will have the same sense of belonging, and therefore they will contribute. The second one is, of course, we are looking into building the future. So renewing some of our facilities and so on, and also getting support to forge ahead with new programs, new training and so on. That's why we are having this kind of fundraising and so on as part of the program and so on. Yeah, so partly also because, as you know, I'm not sure if you're aware that the university only gets 80% of the salary. That's the only thing we get from the government now. We don't even get the full salary. So the university have to generate funding and so on. So that has been quite challenging. That's why the Sastera, the arts faculty, has created, starting from this year, a new endowment. But this endowment will have to build almost from zero. So we are asking for help, donations and so on, from alumni, from friends and so on. Yeah. We hope, Tun, you will be able to help us to link up with some people who may be willing to support.
For the money.
Well, you yourself.
Actually, I've been helping some universities here, also overseas. Where my children went to those universities, they asked for donation. I do give. Because I'm very passionate about education. I went through it, I know. I was lazy, I was completely...
I don't know how you describe yourself as late. You said lazy, was it?
Yeah, no. I mean, in younger days I was lazy.
Certainly not true.
I was all the time spending time in the field, because basically, of course, I thought a bit arrogant instead of wasting time in the class. So better to go outside, So, but I read a lot from outside, because the classroom is, the 40 minutes only just teaching to pass exam. So I wanted to acquire more knowledge.
It's interesting that you have developed those things at a young age. Tun, one last word on your wishes to the faculty as we celebrate the 60th anniversary.
I mean, you said now, your student when they go out to get employment, find it tough. I think we have to adjust a bit. I mean, don't just concentrate just on history, but bring in some, on the economy a bit. Just preliminaries,
Anyway, Tun, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for thank you so much. All the best.
Well, being so frank about your answer and so on. Yeah.
Thank you.